Man, why do I do that once a month? Sorry about that. Try to start over. Oh well. People are gonna be watching this in the future like, dude, this guy's an idiot. Oh well. Ha! Anyway, let me try again. Because what I said wasn't that interesting anyway. Okay. I think there's a lot at stake in this game. I think it's one of the biggest games of the Shanna Lynch era. And the Niners went to a Super Bowl with these guys. Because if they win, no big deal. If they lose this game, they're probably not going to go to the playoffs. And if they lose this game and they miss the playoffs, then there's going to be major changes in this organization this offseason. I don't think Niner fans realize that. They were, grooving on that little win streak in November, and they don't really realize that still this team needs to make the playoffs. And they had like a 90% chance to make it a couple of weeks ago. If they miss this game, they're probably not going to make it. And they might lose this game. Jimmy's not going to play. They're gonna start a 21-year-old rookie quarterback that it doesn't seem Kyle Shanahan has really put any effort into preparing or coaching this year. He just put all his eggs into Jimmy this year and hoped for the best, and it didn't work out. So Kyle you see him, he's answering questions with 3 words. He's getting snippy with reporters who are asking clarification about Jimmy's injury because Kyle's story changes regarding that injury daily. What you're seeing is if they lose, he might lose personnel power. They might bring in a real boss for him. Hey, you know what? Now this guy's going to tell you what to do with players. And then that's a big problem. I don't think Kyle Shanahan wants to work in that kind of an environment. I think he picked the 49ers because they gave him all the power over everything. So this is a big week for him. If Trey Lance plays well, Shanahan will get all the credit. If Trey Lance plays poorly, Shanahan will get all the blame. Seems like just a throwaway week against the Texans, right? No, I think it's probably the biggest week of Shanahan's career, and he's looking at this like, if I find a way to lose this game, no one will. I mean, he can't use the Jimmy Garoppolo excuse anymore. The whole thing this year that was it. You've used it twice, 2018, 2020. You got to find a solution, be insulated from that injury. If it happens, you got to have a backup plan. And the Niners, they didn't bring in a veteran. They brought in a project who needed special attention, and it didn't seem like they gave him much. And now that Jimmy Garoppolo's hurt again, and Kyle Shanahan's someone's job depends on the Niners winning these next 2 games with Trey Lance. The Niners aren't ready for this. How are they not? I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Trey Lance is going to kill it in these next 2 games, but is someone really going to get fired because Jimmy Garoppolo got hurt again? That's not Jimmy's fault. That's their fault for not being prepared for this moment. That's the whole. I thought they understood that. You have to win this year, and you can't use the Jimmy excuse anymore. And they're like this close to using it again. That's what's on my mind. Let's talk to Ben Meyerson. Can you hear me now? I'm such an idiot. Damn. Oh well. Hold on. Leave and come back. Your connection's a little funky. I'll put you right back up. Hold on. That was a good start to the show. Okay. Let's see what he's got. Yo.
You got me?
Yeah, it's a lot better. There you go.
All right, perfect. No, you were just reminding me of the article I released about a week ago now. 49ers, this whole season is a total waste of time, man.
Yeah.
I mean, we talked about this at the beginning of the season, the whole idea that they had tried to accomplish 2 different things with the quarterback position, and they're just going to fail epically at both. And I don't think they quite failed epically, but in terms of the short term, the long term, everything, there's nothing I think that's super positive necessarily. Now things could go well with Trey Lance, but
doesn't it make sense? Like it doesn't make sense. It's not a smart way to build for the future, but I think it makes sense. The season makes sense if you think of it in terms of Kyle and John trying to keep their standing in the organization. Like they don't really have the luxury of planning 4 years down the line. I think it's pretty clear from the upper ups in the organization. You have to make the playoffs this year. Yeah. And I think the Niners were feeling like, well, we don't know that we can do that with a rookie quarterback. I mean, they may not be. I mean, obviously you can't do it with Jimmy either because he gets hurt. But I think that explains a lot of their bad decisions.
Yeah, it does. And I think looking back on it, it's like, wow, maybe you should have, I don't know, tried to draft a quarterback in the first place and then work from there. But that's a whole nother, timeline. Yeah. But I just think it's funny that like going into this week, Kyle seems completely like caught off guard almost. Like that's the one thing I just don't understand at all. He had to know that there was some chance this would happen. And now I understand this is like like I think from Kyle's perspective, the reason he's like really angry and kind of giving those answers this week is because this isn't what they wanted to do.
No, it's not what
And
they want to do.
and
No,
they have to win these games. And with the amount of pressure that there is on Trey Lance now, I think more than
and
anything.
I think he partially feels that Jimmy should be able to play through this injury, and that he's kind of like, spiting Kyle because maybe there's bad blood between them or something like that. And it's like, you're
Right.
going to do that now on January 2nd. You're going to do that. Like, you should play through this. Well,
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't have traded for Trey Lance. I mean, I kind of see it from Jimmy's perspective too. You're going to get rid of me in like 3 weeks, dude. So really, you want me to make this worse so I have to have surgery? I see it from his perspective too.
Yeah, why would Jimmy do that? Like I talked about this on Twitter Spaces, Grant. Like,
Yeah,
Jimmy has no incentive to play right now, and nor should he, considering everything the organization has put him through,
yeah,
and like all this. Like to me, it's unfair to Trey. It's unfair to Jimmy. It's
yeah.
unfair to the locker room, and really the people who are most at fault here are the organization. And it's a little frustrating because it's not like we didn't know that going into the season. This
Yeah.
is kind of predictable, like a very, very slow car crash that we've
But
been.
hold on, let's go back. If Kyle and John had received an ultimatum from Jed, like,
Okay.
make the playoffs or else, make the playoffs or else. Well, I mean, then they're responsible for their decisions. Like, okay, you traded for Trey Lance. Well, you knew that you didn't really have. He doesn't fit your timeline. Your timeline is right now. You have to make the playoffs, and if you have Trey Lance, it doesn't he's almost like a non-player. You just want him not to hit the field this year. What happens if Jimmy gets hurt? First of all, you're not that great with Jimmy. You're 11-10 in his last 21 starts. You're not that great with Jimmy anymore. But what happens if he gets hurt? Because he gets hurt every like 4 or 5 games. Where is the plan to keep the team afloat so you make the playoffs and everyone keeps their job? I didn't say. I mean, like in retrospect, sign a guy like freaking Joe Flacco or whatever, because now, I mean, you just look at Kyle's face says it all. Kyle's face says it all.
It does. Well, and it's just like it's frustrating because we kind of knew where this was going all along. We knew it had to get to this point eventually. And for it to get here now where they need to get into the playoffs and they need these 2 games and all this pressure is on Trey Lance that wasn't needed, that they didn't want, it's just so unfortunate. And I think, like I said, they're putting him in a really bad position, and it's just unfair to everybody.
Save us. Just save us. And I think Niner fans were a little in denial. They didn't realize how serious things were for Kyle and John. And I talked about it, and it's not going to come to that. And then when they went on their run in November, people were thinking about how great they were doing. And now it's like a very sober. I mean, January 1st is always a very sober day. Like, but like the hangover is like, oh my God, if they lose this game, they're going to miss the playoffs. If they miss the playoffs, someone's getting fired. Whoa, this is a huge
Well,
week.
and the Rams need that game now. They might need it with the way the playoffs are working out. Well, but because before about 2 weeks ago, you would even be going into that Rams game like you were saying, Grant, going, oh, you don't need to put in your starters. This game isn't going to matter as much. But
it's going to matter. Yeah.
Now the stakes are very high, and I think that's a thing where it's like you look at when you actually like look at everything from John and Kyle's perspective, and you try and understand what they've been going through this year. It makes a lot more sense. But at the same time, you're still like, damn, why'd you go with why was this the course of action?
If they miss the playoffs, I wouldn't be surprised if Lynch is reassigned and someone is brought in to
president of football operations.
Yeah, but no longer in charge of the roster, and then neither is Kyle, and someone else is basically brought in to be the boss. Ben, I got to take some more calls, but great call, man. Thank you for telling me that I was talking with no audio. That was helpful. Appreciate it.
No, you're fine, man. Have a good one.
All right, man. Happy New Year. Waruna says, wish you, wife, and your dad very happy New Year, Grant. Happy New Year to Cohn heads out there. Happy New Year to you too, Waruna. All 49ers writers. So is Ben Meyerson. Check out his latest article for us on why the Niners should re-sign Deebo Samuel ASAP. He makes a lot of good points. It's very well researched. Korean 49er, what's up?
Happy New Year to you and your wife and family, Grant.
Happy New Year to you as well.
Thank you. To me, all of this was because of this past offseason. How many questionable decisions did they make? Because Kyle has told us for years that he doesn't want Jimmy. Mm-hmm. And then they trade up for his replacement, and then they say, oh, we don't know what we have with our number 3 overall pick. Mm-hmm. I mean, you decided. Yeah. You decide to ride.
Yeah.
Exactly. You decide to ride the fence, and we already know what we're getting with Jimmy. To me, it's like, I don't need to see this episode of whatever show again. I know what I'm getting, and if Jimmy won in 2000, that Super Bowl in 2020, that would have been great and whatever, but that didn't happen. And now our team is in this position of having to win out just to make the playoffs, or else I agree with Ben. This season has been a waste of time.
You know what you compared it to a TV show. I like that comparison. Let's go with it. It's like a show that's really boring and repetitive, but they've hooked you because like dragons are going to be coming out like in a few episodes. You know, like there's going to be this huge dragon. It's going to be great, and you really want to see the dragon, but right now you have to like just kind of slog through really boring dialogue that you've heard a lot before. It's like, it's all right, but in a few episodes, the dragon's coming, man. I can't wait. But that's pretty much where we're at, waiting for the dragon.
Exactly. And if we're going to have Trey become prime Tom Brady in these next two games, that's not going to happen. We're going to have to live with his whatever mistakes he makes, and hopefully he's able to help pull out at least the Texans game, and we'll take our chances with the Rams game, because the Rams I think they're going to be desperate to at least get a higher seed if possible to make for a playoff run.
Look, this is why I kept harping on the fact that the Niners needed to play Trey Lance in blowouts. I mean, not just to get him prepared for the future, but to get him prepared for the case for a scenario in which Jimmy Garoppolo has to miss a game with the season on the line. There were 3 blowouts that the Niners could have played Trey Lance in the fourth quarter: Rams, Jaguars, Falcons. In each case, they decided not to, and I think, well, we'll see if there's a consequence. They haven't lost yet. But if they do, you could definitely go back and be like, well, you missed 3 opportunities to maybe prepare your 21-year-old rookie for this moment, which I think most of us were sort of expecting.
Yeah, to me, all of this could have been avoided, and they could have said, hey, let's just bite the bullet this year, play Trey, and, we're going to, because I think those other teams that are starting the rookie quarterbacks are going to be better next season. We hope that they're going to, take the big next step and get better and progress in their careers.
Yeah.
So, but right now I don't see anything positive. To me, one last point, to me, Kyle is still doing Kyle things. I think you had a little clip where Bosa said, hey, we weren't prepared for the Titans game. I'm like, how many games can this team not be prepared for a game? I thought that's Kyle's job to prepare the players. And to me, I don't want to hear it from a fifth-year coach that they didn't prepare the team. I understand as a rookie coach, I get it, but you're in your 5th season.
You think they weren't prepared in Tennessee? Just wait till it looks like. Just wait till. I mean, dude, this Trey thing, I'm a little apprehensive about this. Is he going to look any different than he looked in Week 5? And if not, that's really going to be a bad look for him and Kyle, mostly Kyle, but him too. I mean, do you understand what people are going to say about Trey Lance if he flops against Houston? It's going to be bad for him.
At least Houston has been playing Davis Mills and giving him experience, and
right.
Who knows how Davis Mills will turn out, but at least he's been playing and trying to get better. So, but we're getting 8 inches of snow up here outside Chicago, Grant. So, and it's going to be in the negative degrees overnight. So you're
lucky. Been saying to me that he doesn't like Northern California because it's too cold. I'm like, dude, what are you talking about? It's sunny today. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, it is. Remember, the Ice Bowl was played in negative teens at the time. Oof. Between the Cowboys and Packers, and they didn't have all the modern warmth that we have today. So bless those guys for playing in that kind of weather.
Absolutely, man. Stay inside. Happy New Year. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too.
All right, later. Jeremy, what's up?
What up? Long time no see, dog.
It's been a minute. How you doing, man?
It's been a minute, man. Been working like crazy. You know how it goes.
Yep.
Working like crazy and watching these damn Niners. Shout out to
that's the title of your debut album right there. I like that.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, check this out. You know how I feel about Jimmy. He's gone. He's done.
It's done. It's over, right?
It's over.
It's over.
I'm like, just hold the talk. Let's he who must not be named now, right?
Like Kyle's telling his friends like they didn't break up, but it's over. They broke up. Like they're not going to be. Yeah,
it's over. Both sides of the field. It's like he doesn't want to come back. We don't want him back. It's like let's stop pointing fingers. Let's stop. No, it's over. Korean, love you. You my guy, but it's over.
Yeah,
Jimmy, that's he who must not be named. We don't. It's over.
But they're trying to pressure him. I think he's trying to leave, and I think they're like, well, it's doubtful. He's going to be better next week. Like, we'll see about that.
It's just let the kid play, man. It's over.
It's over.
It's over. And I go back, I reflect back, it was like June. I was sitting in the whip. I'm talking to Grant. And I'm like, Grant, I asked you this question. I go, do you think Kyle is jealous that the team follows Jimmy's lead more than they follow his?
Yes.
And you were like, you I don't know if you remember that question, but that was a good question.
But I think the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
yes.
he's like,
yeah.
And I wish, and that's when I had asked you, I wish you had watched Game of Thrones so you would know who Joffrey was.
Explain it to me, because other people watching haven't watched Game of Thrones either. Explain this.
Joffrey is the little kid kid king who took over the, whatever. He came in, he's now the new king, but he's a little asshole. Nepotism at its finest. And he's just, if you don't do what I say, I'm the king, right?
Oh, wow.
And I'm like, that's
Kyle?
That's Kyle.
Ooh, that's not good.
That's not good. And
that's
I'm like, this whole time, you and I, we've been talking about, I'm like, you keep trying to throw Jimmy. Jimmy's baloney. We know who Jimmy is.
That's true.
Why are we talking about
What about
Jimmy?
Kyle? Yeah. And Jimmy's history. Kyle's not. That's a good point. Yeah, I'm with you on that, man.
We've been saying this now. We've been saying this. This is since we picked Trey Lance. I'm like,
Jeremy, do you understand what Niner fans are going to think of this man if Trey flops on Sunday and they lose? Do you know? I mean, like, they'll be mad at Trey, but they're going to be real mad at Kyle. You're going to be real mad at Kyle.
I've seen how you did Jimmy. I've seen how you did, what was it, Beathard? Mullins. I've seen how you've done these players, man.
Well, yeah, why would we expect anything different here? Yeah.
Oh, Jimmy's that. No, it's not about Jimmy. Jimmy's gone now.
Yeah.
Who's next? Trey Lance. It's because he can't. He's just not cerebral. What is it now? You know
yeah. And how is Kyle gonna pass the blame on to his next quarterback? That's what he's best at.
Oh my God.
John Gruden was always the same way, man. Anytime Derek Carr had a bad throw, the camera would cut to John Gruden. He'd be on the sideline like, right? It's like, thanks, John. That's really helpful. Yeah.
Hey, I got it. So here's a genuine question for you, Grant.
Yeah.
How many quarterbacks in the league right now would you say are not only elite quarterbacks, but also winners?
You tell me. 10, 15? You tell me.
I'd say 6.
6. Elite. Okay, fair enough.
Elite and winning quarterback.
Okay, so like not Justin Herbert.
No. He doesn't know how to win.
Right, he's 8.
The kid's great. He's talent, but he can't win.
He hasn't been a winner yet. All right, so you're saying Rodgers, Mahomes, Brady. Who else?
I mean, Dak's making a case. Dak is now making a case, but Dak's been in the league how long?
Yeah, Kyler Murray's kind of fallen on his face a little bit.
Oh my God, right? It's like, so how many of these quarterbacks? How many quarterbacks do you think you cannot give the ball back to with 37 seconds?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I feel you on that. Like,
you know what I mean?
6, yeah. 6.
And so everybody's like, talk again. I'm only saying this because we got a new quarterback now.
Yeah,
and I'm Team Trey now. That's my guy.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to hear. Well, we want him to listen to Kyle. He's not following Kyle's lead. Kyle told him to do this, and he's not doing that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Play to his abilities.
Also, when you're watching these next 2 games, ask yourself: is Kyle the right coach for Trey Lance? Not is Trey Lance the right quarterback for Kyle? Is Kyle the right coach for Trey Lance? Because Kyle chose Trey, and Trey he's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Is Kyle the right coach for him? I don't know.
I'm pushing. I gotta go because I need all your guys. I need everybody on your show to have a chance. But look, I'm pushing for. I'd rather just hire Grant, man. At this point, I'm like, fucking throw Grant in there.
Jeremy, here's what I would do. I've been saying this for months, and I wasn't banging the drum hard when they were winning, but I still say it. If they miss the playoffs, I would trade Kyle Shanahan. I would trade him.
Just saying.
I mean, I still think you could get at least 1 first-round pick for him because people still think he's great, even though he will be coming off his 4th non-playoff season in 5 years. So I would trade him. I wonder if Jed's thinking the same thing. Kyle's got a look on his face like he doesn't know what's going to happen if he misses the playoffs.
That boy,
So,
you remember
the playoffs.
Gandalf the Gray? Shanahan the Gray? That boy is.
He's aged like 10 years in 5 years. It's crazy, man. Jeremy, great call.
Thanks, brother. It's a good seeing you, man.
Yeah,
Happy holidays. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays.
Yes.
All right, man. Darius, you're up. Hold on. Let me put the little thing up, though, because you're trying to be incognito. Darius, what's up?
What's going on, Grant? Happy New Year's, everybody out there, man.
What's up?
But yeah, out of, for comedy's sake, I hope that maybe Kyle will take Trey Lance, draw up a hell of a game plan, and they go and win and make Jimmy jealous or something. Because I don't know what else is going on with this locker room, bro. Like, I can't explain it, man. They don't want to name who's starting, and it's like Kyle is so indecisive, and he's just like I'm losing trust in him. But I know he's still a great coach deep down inside. And
tell me if you
I'm
think
just hoping that he grabs this kid, bro. And
tell me if you agree with this. I think Kyle has been blaming Jimmy for a lot of things for years, and he thought that his locker room agreed with him. I think when he traded for Trey Lance, he thought the team would be happy about it. And he was genuinely surprised to realize that the team follows Jimmy more than they follow him. And it was an unpopular move.
I mean, that's what happens when you make sporadic moments or sporadic decisions, right? We're supposed to be a team, and here it is during the offseason. You didn't text nobody, hey, man, I'm thinking of making this move. It just happened. And
blindsided your whole locker room.
Out of the frenzy of it all. Right. And then you make the dumbass move of keeping this man. Not only did you pretty much put him on notice, like, hey, look, time's up.
You're out.
But we're going to keep you one more season. So it's like, I don't, who knows what's going on with this locker room, man. Like, they need to go somewhere, go camping and kumbaya and find each other. But
it's a little late for
until then, because this is the Trey era. I feel like if you're going to put him out there starting and we only have 2 games left, it's like, I know that he said that if Jimmy's healthy, he's playing. But next week, honestly, like, what's the point? Especially if this kid wins, it's going to be like, well, damn, just let him ride it out now. Or am I looking at that wrong?
No, you think he's going to win?
Man. I do. I like Lance a lot, man. I feel like if you let him play his game, and you know what I mean, if you can give him the layups like you give Jimmy and like you gave Mullins and everybody else, like, why can't he win? Shit, it's Texas.
Honestly, I don't think he should have to pass much in this game. Like, they should be able to run 45 times and throw like 15 times.
Right.
You don't have to.
Right.
I mean, they should be able to win this game.
Right. Hey, Mitchell playing, right? Mitchell he's
questionable. But I think he practiced all week. He practiced all week.
Yeah, man. We got enough running backs, man. We damn near got 4 if they're all healthy. Shit. Yeah. Like you said, keep running them. They can't stop the run. Keep running them, man. But yeah, that's my top. Thank you, though, Grant. Thank you, bro.
Thanks for coming in and calling in. I love your calls, man. Good stuff. All right. Peace. Darius is hella cool. I like him. Hey, man. Nafis, it's been a long time.
Grant, what's up, dude? How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Well, I've been waiting to come on all year, and I wanted to have this like super fire take.
Okay.
I just didn't have one, but I was writing things down, and I wanted to tell you about this. I think Kyle is going to play Trey, and I think he's going to do what you said, be super conservative. Mm-hmm. And the 49ers fans aren't going to get, everything that they wanted. They're not going to see Trey air it out. I think that the Niners are, going to do enough to win the game. And then I think that they go back to Jimmy the final week, and then they're 1-out. Then they're 1-out in the playoffs.
Possible, right?
And I just think how disappointing that's going to be for everybody.
Yeah, right. So Trey Lance does enough to win, but they don't really put him in positions to wow anyone or fall in his face. It's very, it's training wheels. They give him training wheels. They win a low-scoring game, and they go back to Jimmy next week. Now, here's the fly in the ointment here. I don't think Jimmy's coming back, man. That I know the Niners want him to, and they keep saying he'll be better next week. They thought he'll be better this week. I don't think he's coming back, so we'll see about that.
Oh, actually, if you're talking about this year, and I'm so sorry I cut you off, but yeah, if you're talking about this year, there's 100%. Like, they're not going to keep Trey in. Like,
No, they would love Jimmy to come back for the Rams game week 18. I just don't know if Jimmy would love to come back for the Rams game.
He's coming back.
We'll see.
Yeah. No, he has to do it for his own trade value, like you said, to keep earning his paycheck.
But from his perspective, he's injured and he's not going to play his best with this thumb. And would you rather play at 70% and play poorly?
Yes.
Would that hurt your trade value more, or just sitting out with a thumb injury that isn't looked at as like, career altering?
He's got to show he's the guy. And the only way to show you're the guy is to be the guy and play. So
I'm sure that's what the Niners are telling him, but I don't know if that's how his agent feels right now.
Why is he out on the field, okay, and then doing warm-up stuff and then leaving when you guys come, they're hiding something, Grant. They might even throw him out this game. That's what I'm thinking. They're getting him all ready. They're getting him all ready before the reporters come. I know he's not taking team reps, but I think of like Aaron Rodgers or like people, I think when they had COVID and they didn't practice all week and they come out and play, Jimmy may play.
Did you see what Baker Mayfield did last week after not practicing all week?
It was terrible.
4 picks.
Yeah, but
Jimmy didn't look good last week when he was healthy. If they play Jimmy, who's hurt and who hasn't practiced all week, if they do that, that'll be very scandalous.
You know what's funny is
scandalous. Sorry.
Sing to me.
So scandalous. Yes.
So I watched Baker Mayfield last week, and that was like one of the first games I watched, and that was the first time I said, "Thank God we have Jimmy."
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if Cleveland's in the Jimmy market, because they got to get rid of Baker and bring in someone else. And I don't know if the fan base would really be sold on a rookie. They might make a bad decision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Be like, hey, he can do a lot of the things that Baker does for cheaper. Yeah, huh? Till he's hurt. Hey,
well, happy New Year, Grant. Thank you so much. I just want to say you're the only show not the only, like one of the only people I watch on YouTube. And I even wanted to get rid of my YouTube TV, but my wife wouldn't let me do it. So thank you.
Nice. I'm glad. Thank you. I appreciate that. Very nice of you. Happy New Year.
All
right. Take care. Noob, what's up?
Hi, Grant. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, man. I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. I was thinking about where Kyle is going with all of this. And I think he's so excellent at X's and O's. He's got the run game and the pass game excellence. But as a manager, he is not doing a good job. He is managing every situation that's put in front of him. And I just don't understand how he sees a guy who's going to be on his team for maybe 4 more weeks, and wants to go back to him rather than pivot to the future. Like, what is drawing him to do this? I just don't get it.
To me, it's that his seat is warmer than people realize. Or it's not his seat. It's the entire, front office that he's assembled. Like there will be major changes, I think, if they miss the playoffs. I don't think Jed's going to be like, oh, Jimmy got hurt. It's okay. You had injury. Like, they've done that. They've used that excuse 2 times. I think Kyle is thinking, everyone wants me to think about the future, but a lot of people's jobs are at stake. And, I will lose significant standing and power in the organization if we don't make the playoffs this year. So that explains his short-sightedness to me. Unless I'm totally wrong and Jed's in the background like, man, you do whatever you want. We love you.
You never know.
I don't think so. He's been real patient, and they've given him extensions. He's gone to the playoffs one time. If you go, any head coach that misses the playoffs 4 out of 5 years is usually on notice, no matter what your name is, what your contract situation is. You can't do that. And you can't be the owner that accepts that especially after you're the guy who ran off Harbaugh for having won 8-8 year.
Right. And poor Harbaugh, he got shellacked yesterday. Yeah.
That's what he does, right?
If they do trade Kyle Shanahan, maybe they can get Kirby Smart. He looks fantastic. But
Nico Ryans looks like a natural leader too, kind of like Saleh.
Sure.
Yeah.
But I think you're right in that if he mismanages Trey Lance over the next few weeks, you brought this point up a little bit earlier. I think that could be the end, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that could really be the because 3 first-round picks, and then you mismanage Jimmy, Beathard, Mullins, and
said no to Brady. Didn't scout Mahomes. Didn't scout Watson. Couldn't land Rodgers in the day of the draft. Pretty much, just wild swings and misses at the most important position.
Yeah, you're right. The pressure is on him. They need to run the ball.
Casey, you see it all over his face, right? He looks like a guy who has a major stomach ache this week. Like he's just guzzling Pepto.
Yeah.
I know that look. I know that feeling. All right, Noob. Good to see you.
Thanks a lot, buddy. See
All
ya.
right. William, you're next. I'm just going to take a couple questions. Dean says, here's $5. Thank you, Dean. True Sav Comedy says, here's $1. Thank you, True Sav. What a true Sav. Grant, you got to let people sober up. It's too early for deep thought. That's true, man. That's true. Jimmy must have something on Shanahan for him to want to play an injured quarterback. Also, I think the team is tired of Jimmy anyway. I mean, what he has on Shanahan is the fact that he knows, and everyone knows, that Shanahan has no track record of winning without him. And Shanahan needs to win. And Shanahan isn't the most confident in his backup plan. Thank you, Craig. Thank you for being a member. If Watson came available for cheap this offseason, would you trade Lance for him? No. No, I'd have to see some like new developments in that Watson stuff. All right, William, what's up?
Hey, how you doing, Grant?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Finally face to face.
Where are you calling from?
DC.
Okay.
You
All
know,
the way from
yeah,
DC.
we
Nice.
rapping 49ers over here on the East Coast.
Worldwide.
Rapping Grant Cohn over here on
Appreciate
the East
it, man. Appreciate it.
My whole take, as I told Rob and Jesse, I think this whole year was just mismanaged. It was just, I think Kyle really had a whole nother plan. I think he was ready to get rid of Jimmy, start anew, but somehow Parag was able to finagle all the vets back on a low contract, which John loved,
Right.
and the Yorks, and then Kyle Hands was tired. He was like, I got this rookie here that I wanted to play.
Yeah.
And reason that I think Kittle and them love Jimmy so much is because of Jimmy's limited skill set. He throws short and not past 15 yards. Who would that ball mostly go to?
Kittle.
Tight end.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Kittle. Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I think now that the season has went the way it has, and Jimmy has been as inconsistent as he has been, even Kittle now is like, damn dog, I can't even support you no more. I mean, like the proof is in the pudding.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you're missing even short passes. So I think now it's just
You've
funny
had two
to me.
seasons to prove yourself since that Super Bowl loss. You've gotten hurt 4 times, and you've lost as many games as you've won. Damn near.
Look at it like this, Grant. I played baseball, and I actually damaged my meniscus and ACL playing baseball. So when Jimmy hurt his ACL, the first thing I thought about was not that it couldn't be repaired or he couldn't heal from it. It's that psychic pain. It haunts you, and you have to really. It takes a real will to push past that because you always wondering, if I do this, if I do that, will I tear it again? Will I be hobbled? And I think that is on it, Jimmy. That's why Jimmy doesn't run. He doesn't plan off that leg. He doesn't do any of
mental
that.
hurdle, they call it, right? The mental hurdle.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think it's funny because I was gonna say it on your show with Rob last night, but I got there too late. It's funny that who would have thought at this time, the beginning of the season, that game against Tennessee would have mattered so much. Because I mean, that game really now, where everybody, oh, the Niners are going to the playoffs, to now where we're like up against the ropes trying to protect ourselves.
That
And
loss and the loss in Seattle are going to be two losses the Niners look back on this year. Like, how did that happen?
It was big. It was that loss to Tennessee was so big. Yeah. Now we're like, oh, we got to beat a Texans team that's coming off a high
with our backup quarterback, who we haven't played in 3 months.
I mean, I think Trey, if you seen Trey's press conference yesterday with Trey, where did you see the mannerisms and the body language that Trey had? Trey was like, yes, I've learned and progressed a lot now. It's been a long time. I'm ready to get out on the field. I think it's funny that after that Titans game, all of a sudden everybody else on the team started talking about Trey. Oh, well, Trey's looking good. He's dicing us up. Trey should be,
That's a
because
nice way of
even
saying
on
enough of Jimmy, right? That's a nice way of saying, man, I'm tired of this guy making the
exactly.
same
Because
mistakes.
have you seen the podcast with Matt Miyoko? And they did in interviews with Trent Williams. He even said Trent Williams said this. He said, yes, Trey is doing well. He's he's doing a lot better than he did in the beginning, but they said he needs on the field time. He needs on. So they're pushing, like, put him on the field. Put him on the field.
I still don't understand why he didn't play in the fourth quarter of that blowout win against Atlanta. That was 2
I
weeks ago.
mean, Grant, you said so many things that we've agreed on that I was just like, Grant, just thinking is in my head, because I'm like, if you're blowing out Jacksonville, why isn't Trey on the field?
Why?
I mean, I've never seen where they have a rookie quarterback where they've traded the future for, and you won't get him any playing time, even in a blowout.
It's
It's
bizarre.
like,
It's bizarre.
but I think Jimmy will play against the Rams, because Jimmy has a undefeated record against the Rams.
Good
They
point.
um,
Good point.
so and it doesn't
He just
help
might feel healthy
Jimmy,
enough to play the Rams. That's a good point.
right? And I mean, it doesn't help
Rams?
Jimmy
Oh,
to
feels
be
good.
sitting on the bench.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was okay with sitting on the bench last year, but Jimmy's gone. He's like an employee that your manager said, "Okay, Grant, I'm gonna fire you in a couple of weeks. You're gonna be let go.
Keep
But
working
I want
hard.
you to give me your best.
Yeah.
Work hard. Give me your best.
No,
Show up
thank
on
you.
time."
Yeah.
Jimmy's like,
No.
I'm not tripping,
No.
But it right now it behooves him to play against the Rams, because he needs to show, hey, I can be healthy. I can play through injury. This is not for the Niners. This is for him.
Good point. And that's the
So
way the Niners are definitely trying to frame it. They're at every turn, Kyle's like, it's not that bad. It's just a sprain. It's not going to get worse. He played through it last week.
right. They're trying to get some picks.
Yeah.
And I don't think Cleveland's gonna be the team that's gonna go for. I think the team that you're gonna end up seeing Jimmy at is gonna be one or two, well, three teams. Now, quote my words. Is either gonna be Carolina, because they're desperate. They're they could actually have had a good season this year, but their quarterback situation is atrocious. No offense to Cam, but Cam,
Yeah.
Cam.
Yeah.
Um, Broncos, and the one team that has been known, they were actually in on Football Network as being the number one team that has made these mistakes of throwing money away at players in their retirement years, and that's been the Washington football team.
Mm.
They've given hundreds of millions of dollars to people. They gave it to Dion, and Dion what? Got turf toe and retired. They gave it to
Maybe they'd
Bruce
like to
Smith.
take, they still have some ill feelings towards Shanahan. Maybe they want to take his guy, William, I got to
I
take
think
some calls, though, man. You kill it, though. Thank you very much. Call back anytime.
No problem, Grant.
All
Thanks
right,
for
man.
having me.
For sure. Anytime.
Peace.
Later. Joshua says, what if this is all mind games? Trey throws for 3 TDs, 300 yards, and 80 rush, and Kyle will look dumb for not using him or genius for saving him. Yeah, both. He'll look like a dumb genius at that point for not using him and for I don't know. Yeah, he'll be a dumb genius at that point. All right, hold on. I want to get Rich Kelts on the show because you were the first dude who said the Niners should draft Trey Lance, and this is your moment. So what's up, man? It's been a while.
What's up, Grant? You can hear me?
Yeah, what's on your mind, man? As it's a big week.
Man, it is time. It is Trey area time, man. I feel like it's done. It's over for Garoppolo, man. That's my hopes.
Yeah.
It brings good content. It's been a good drama series. But yeah, I feel like Kyle Shanahan has been tiptoeing, trying not to lose.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's time to win.
Yeah.
You've mentioned it about the training wheels. And yeah, it's time, man. It's the champions, the Super Bowl champions, if they're gonna be champions, there's gonna come a point in time where you gotta win. You gotta go out and take it. You gotta go out and dominate.
Yeah.
Not with 8 passes.
Yeah.
You know, in the NFC Championship game. You know, I don't think it's time to, you know, just be vanilla with Trey Lance. You know, if you know they did the right thing. They went and got Trey Lance. So the time is now. You see what he could do. Just kind of like what Fred Warner said. You know, take risk. See what you could do. See how far you could push it.
Yeah.
Maybe he still wants to play it. Kyle Shanahan still wants to play it a little vanilla.
Yeah.
To not give away, you know, what we could really do. But it's like playing safe and playing not to lose. You're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So
That's
hopefully
happened in Tennessee.
he has learned, like, man, this all right, you know what? Injuries are gonna happen. I mean, look how many injuries have happened trying to play things safe. And that's what I would always say about Garoppolo. Like some of his, you know, limitations. I feel like a lot of injuries have happened because of those limitations. Pounding the ball,
Yeah, into 8-man fronts, throwing it to Kittle and making and Debo and asking him to break tackles. Yeah, everyone else has to work so hard to accommodate his limitations, work around his limitations. Yeah.
Exactly, and I feel like Trey Lance could take the pressure off of everybody, the defense, you know, just the whole entire team. Man, I'm actually going to the game for the first time. This is the first time I'm going to a game since. Yeah,
Good
man.
timing.
Hey,
did you buy your tickets after you heard Jimmy went down, or what? How'd that work?
bro, this worked out in a magical way, to be honest. My wife got the tickets probably 3 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
And my wife has no idea about football, the significance of what time of the year it is, or any of that, man. And, you know, so she got me the tickets for Christmas, man. And this is my first game I'm going to since Jerry Rice's retirement ceremony game in 2006.
Wow. Wow.
And so, and you know the hype that I've been on when it's come to Trey Lance.
Yeah.
You know, my first appearance ever on any platform was your show back in March.
Yep.
Talking about Trey Lance, and it's come.
Never wavered. You were very clear. The guy is Trey. And he's the only person. I mean, you were the first dude on my channel who was like, I don't understand what people are talking about. It's Trey. It's Trey. So I appreciate that about you. Never
man,
wavered.
I literally made a YouTube channel based on
that's dope.
Just being tired of watching the mediocre. You know, a lot of people will say, hey, you're not a real fan if you ain't riding with who we got. But I feel like my heart is just more devoted than that. It's like, man, I can't just sit back and just watch.
Right.
You know, it's been 27 years. I was 8 years old when we won the Super Bowl. And it's been, you know, I used to be that optimistic fan. Like, no matter what, we're going to do it. I don't care who we got. And over the past couple years, I'm like, hold on a minute, man. This is not the 49ers legacy.
Thank you.
We Niner are not
higher standard.
Yeah. Hey, I know we got spoiled with Montana and Steve Young, but it got to a point to where it's like, this isn't it.
No.
This is not it, man. You know, and the other guy was talking about the torn ACL. And, you know, like you always say, and a lot of other people always say, it's not his fault he's mediocre, you know, Jimmy Garoppolo. You know, I start looking at like, hey, you know, Kyle and John Lynch, they keep throwing them out there, man. And but after that summer happened, you know, when he had to go try to figure himself out, he was already a little tiptoeish, and then he just got a lot more tiptoeish, man. And sometimes if you ain't doing the right things off the field, man, it could come to haunt you. And, you know, I don't know him personally. I hope all the best for him. But I know Trey Lance is the man on and off the field. He's going to bring the fire. He's going to bring that. I know he would not be smirking after a loss. I know that. I know he would be super, super, super upset. And so I'm just excited, man. I can't believe it's come down to this. I'm glad it has. I think we can shock the world, real talk, and ride this thing all the way out. If Kyle Shanahan takes the training wheels off. Just put it down, man. Dominate. Don't wait to save it for the playoffs. Don't wait to save it for any other time, man. It's go time. Kyle Shanahan, go, bro. You got it. You're the master at play calling. Let's see it. Let's see it with Trey.
Great call, Rich. Appreciate you. Enjoy the game.
You as well, man.
All right. Later. Keneal, man, what's up?
What's up? All right, I'm good, my guy. Can you turn the pause it real quick? But yeah. So I want to just follow up on what Rich said, man, and just double down on the Trey Lance thing. I just want to see, like, if that happens, if Kyle takes off the training wheels, how does that offense look? How good is this offense if he is everything we think he is?
It's exciting because that's where you get back into play action. Play action's gone from the offense. You have the run game, you have the drop back passing game with Jimmy, which is all the little quick throws, but there's no big play with your arm through the air in this offense, and it can come back. We saw it in Atlanta 5 years ago with a real stationary quarterback who couldn't. I mean, you could do play action, but you couldn't really move Ryan left and right. You can do that with Lance. I really thought that with Lance and Shanahan, they could be the most dangerous play action combination in football, but I'd like to, and they showed it a little bit in training camp against the backup defense. I'd like to see it now. Play action. Shots.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Man,
I mean, they took a shot in in the first preseason game. He hit it. Mm-hmm. He took a shot against Seattle to Debo. He hit it. I'd like to see some shots.
Okay. All right. I'm all here for it. I don't know if you see the Speak for Yourself, like the Fox Sports News show, where Emmanuel Ocho, he talked about the Niners offense, and he mentioned it being like a flex bone type of deal with the different type of runners we have with Mitchell and Debo and all these different deals. And I've been thinking about, like, I mean, obviously we're not a flex bone offense, but we didn't have a quarterback that could be utilized in that type of fashion, that can be ran in certain and can utilize his legs. So I'm really just excited to see how this offense can really, like, take that next step with Kyle, and if he can really allow him to do to kind of really take the training wheels off. My next thing is you kind of feel the shift, right, in the locker room, in the team, and everybody like that.
They're ready for it now. They're ready for it. Yeah.
And Jesse was.
They were hesitant earlier in the year, but now they're like, okay, we were wrong. Okay, Jimmy had his chance. He's hurt again.
Do you think they want him to come back? Like, deep down, do you think the team wants Jimmy to come back now? I think earlier in the year,
like, the team is actually ready for the future now. It's like, look, dude, you gotten hurt again. You really lost the game for us in Tennessee. Maybe we should. Maybe it's time to bring on the future. Maybe the future's now. I mean, seems to me, right? I mean, a lot of these guys are going to be playing with Trey for a very long time. I mean, I see guys like Trent Williams, Fred Warner, Brandon Ayuk, Debo being like, all right, well, maybe it's time. It's inevitable.
Do you think we're better with him at the QB now? Like, I mean, I do. It's hard to say.
I do. I think the run game improves. I just don't know if he's prepared for this. I mean, if they'd got traded Jimmy the day they traded for the day they picked Lance and given Lance all the first team reps in preseason and let him start it all year, I mean, I think they'd be way better than 8-7 right now. But I'm just curious to see, like, what putting him on ice has done, because now they need him.
I'll say this, man. If just by listening to him talk in the press conferences, everything we've heard about him, if there's ever a 21-year-old kid who can do this,
it's him.
It's him.
It's him.
He
seems to have more emotional maturity than Jimmy, right?
He does. He really does. Like, the press conferences are striking. Like, to see even after the loss, like, he was really like, hey, like, I got to play better. And he didn't even play that bad compared to Jimmy, who stunk it up against Tennessee.
Jimmy's like, yeah, we need to play better. Nah, Jimmy, don't do that. Don't use the we, the royal we. It's the royal we for you. Keneal, great call.
Yes, sir.
Nice jersey.
Thank you. You already know. And next year I'm gonna get another. This year I'm gonna get another freestyle rap for you, man. We'll see how that goes.
I'll pick out some better beats for you, man. I've been picking some.
I appreciate it. It's all good. We'll work it out. Thank you. See you, man.
Later, man. Alfonso says, big fan, long time listener, first time commenter. Love the honest content, unbiased takes. Thank you. When do you think the players will start walking out of press conferences because too many quarterback questions? And that's the NFL, dude. You always get quarterback questions. I think one of the things that I think players like about Jimmy is he is not the star of the team. He allows everyone else to kind of be the star. He's the rare franchise quarterback who's not the star. Coach says, man, and you won't call in. So thank you for the $20. So what we know is the free agent market is capricious. And you said capricious, which leaves the Niners one option: control the variables, i.e. Jimmy keeping his starter status. Getting nothing for Jimmy would be an abject failure for the organization. Yes. And what they can control is not making him a backup. Agree. Well, the minute they make him a backup, they sink his trade value, which is something they can not do. It's something in their control. Good call, Coach. You are laser focused on the truth right now. Appreciate you for helping us see what's going on. J Mad says, if the Niners are blowing out the Texans by the end of the third quarter, should Trey come out at the game to avoid injury or keep him in for experience and reps? I think he needs experience and reps, but yeah, maybe just hand off at that point. All right. Waruna.
Give me a minute, Grant. Let me set it up.
Okay, I'll come back to you. Nathan.
Hello.
How you doing?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
First of all, I kind of want to talk about like Jimmy and what his value to the team necessarily is. I mean, how many quarterbacks do you think could hand off 40 times in a game and like throw 5-yard passes? I feel like
a lot.
I mean, I think you know how you have Jesse Naylor on your show, and I think he puts it perfectly. He says Jimmy is a net zero quarterback, right? Mm-hmm. He doesn't win you the game, and most of the time he doesn't necessarily lose you at the game, you know?
Right.
So I think
that's why he's 11-10 in his last 21 starts. Yeah.
And
evens out.
And the thing is, I feel like Trey could probably do the same thing. Yeah. I mean, I feel like
he could be a net zero. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. They don't need him to be a net positive to start his career because
they don't need to be a net positive tomorrow to win the game, right? They just need him to hand off. Exactly.
Yeah. We have so many weapons, and I truly believe that Kyle can definitely scheme up a game plan to get Trey in a position to be successful, right? And the thing is, like, I know, I think one of Kyle's strongest traits that has been brought up before is I think Kyle has a really strong conviction, right? Like he believes that, you know, if he believes that he can win with a certain quarterback, right? He will do anything to make sure that that quarterback is successful, right? Because he believes that he's so good that he can get the quarterback.
He can prove himself right,
Yeah. And so I think Kyle will make a game plan to make Trey successful.
Hope so, because he did in week 5. I'd like to see that.
Yeah,
I hope so.
And also I kind of want to talk about like Trey because I feel like he's one of the most intriguing prospects that has like come out in the like a long time in the NFL draft. Because I feel like I know before the draft you brought on a ton of guests, right? Like I know you brought on Brett, like Coffee for Closers.
Yes.
And you also brought in Jesse a lot, right? Mm-hmm. And I remember both of them were guys that like were big fans of Justin Herbert and Josh Allen leading up to the draft in 2018 and 2019. I mean, 2018 and 2020. But I find it interesting how both of them had such differing views on Trey Lance.
Yeah, like, it's interesting how people look for different traits in quarterbacks.
And it's like prioritize. It's like Trey just like such a intriguing prospect because he has so many, you know, concerns, you could say, like with his lack of reps, you know, and his accuracy issues. But I think the reason why the Niners took him was because they feel like they could probably fix those issues, right? Which is why it's kind of strange that he hasn't gotten many reps in terms of game time reps. And hopefully his accuracy has gotten better from practice, I guess. And what I would also say is that like another like concern with at least drafting any quarterback at number 3 was that they would have to deal with a ton of pressure, you know, because the Niners traded so many picks, you know, and so many assets to get this quarterback, you know? Yes. So I personally feel like Trey has the it factor. You know, I feel like there are certain athletes that have the it factor that, you know, under no matter how much pressure they're under, they'll still be able to deliver, you know? Like one example I feel like is like LeBron, you know, like when he was coming out of high school and going into the NBA, he was facing some of the most pressure of any athlete, ever to come into the NBA. But he delivered,
Well, we'll see tomorrow, man. Nathan, I got to take some more calls. I appreciate you
All right.
calling in, though. Thank you. And you're welcome anytime. I'll see you around. Waruna, what's up? You there?
What's up? I'm doing good. Again, wishing you a happy New Year, Grant, you and your family.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Okay. I can. There's a little bit of a lag, so I'll just let you go.
Okay. Yeah. So I really hate to see Trey Lance starting this weekend due to the fact that I think it's too late. It's too late. Because if you remember that I wrote about 49ers need some kind of a metaphorical forest fire. That fire needs Jimmy Garoppolo to end the season, whatever happens, whether he makes it to the playoffs or not. Because imagine the situation right now, it complicates things. Now the Trey Lance comes in and people would say, I don't think that we have a guaranteed win against Texans. We might lose, right? If that happens, people would say, oh, for some reason, if Jimmy played, 49ers would have won, or other way around, something. And the thing is, especially given the way 49ers developed Trey Lance, even though I'm a big Trey Lance fan, I am not really confident whether he can, let's say, go out on a miracle run, go to the Super Bowl. I don't think Trey Lance is there yet. Probably he will win against Texans, but I'm not sure that he will even get past maybe first round playoffs if he's going to play. So that's why I thought Jimmy Garoppolo needs to play, finish out the season, whatever happens. Then 49ers can move on next year. I really feel this is a very bad thing to happen at this point of the season.
Yeah, I think Kyle Shanahan agrees. They made their decision at the bye week to just put Trey Lance on ice and just hope that Jimmy Garoppolo could stay healthy, and he didn't. So it's not what they wanted. Varun, I got to take a couple more calls because this show is almost over. I thank you for
Sure.
I'm glad I got you in before the end. Good to see you.
Okay. See you.
All right. See you soon. Darius, man, hold on real quick. I'm going to answer a couple questions. I'm going to get you real in a second. Ryan says, are pocket passers a dying breed? I would hate to see Trey scramble after seeing his first option not open and get hurt. No, they're not a dying breed. I mean, you're seeing Mac Jones do well this year. It's just that pockets are kind of a dying breed. Offensive line play is terrible. So it really helps if a quarterback can move. Darius, thank you. How are you? Good to see you, man.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man.
So, I'm kind of on the opposite spectrum with this whole 49ers will be better this entire season if Trey Lance was playing. I remember when I was first coming on here, I was saying that Trey Lance is the future of this team. It's going to be the Trey area someday. But I was also on the side that Jimmy needed to play this year because Trey Lance was coming in being such a raw prospect. There was really a lot that we didn't know about him. And I think he's developing beautifully. And I don't necessarily like to put the Arizona game on him because I feel like that was just a bad game plan overall. But I think a game like that Green Bay game, when it came down to the line, I'm not sure if Trey Lance would have been able to do that or if he would have been able to be ready to do that. But I'm very much a believer in Trey Lance. And what I fear is if the 49ers come in and beat the Texans and Trey Lance looks good, that people are going to overreact a bit. Because we know it's the Texans, and the Texans, they're not that great of a team overall. But I'm afraid, and I think he is going to look good. And I think he's going to be a great quarterback someday. But I think the 49ers' biggest weakness this year is that they beat themselves. Both Seattle games, the Green Bay game especially, the second Arizona game, those are the ones I kind of point out to myself. They beat themselves. A lot of time they outplay their opponent. They outplayed the Titans for the most part, but But the defense gave up too many third downs. Jimmy got sloppy after the first drive, and they beat themselves essentially during that game. And while I think Trey Lance could have came in a bit more calm, a bit more collected, I'm not sure if they win some of those games if he's in there playing full time. and that's just my opinion. I could be completely wrong on it, and I would like to be completely wrong on it. But just from looking at some of his conferences and stuff, I think he's there to being ready, but I think he does need that full season, that week 1 start to really get things done.
All right, Darius. Well, thank you for calling in, man. I'm glad I got you before the end of the buzzer. So have a good one. Take care.
Happy New Year, man.
Happy New Year, man.
Hey, I appreciate you letting me take this thing out. I'm gonna be quick for you.
All right.
Especially because I'm sure everybody said, hey, Vish had so much good stuff to say, man. I was pretty much agreeing in my head and acknowledgement the entire show. All I have for you today, man, I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. I'm so ready for this era to begin. We are in the Bay, baby. It's Trey area. I'm so souped. I really don't care what happens with the rest of the season, man. If we go to the Super Bowl, great. If we play 2 more games and the season's over, so be it. I'm just happy that Jimmy is out of there. I thank Jimmy for a losing Super Bowl, and I'll leave it at that. The only
That's
other
his legacy, right? That's his legacy. Right?
That's the legacy.
Sorry.
The only other quick thing I got is I do believe we can make it to the Super Bowl. It'll be up to the defense, and it'll be up to Kyle Shanahan playing or rather calling supreme games 4 games in a row. Trey has the ability to run that offense. All Shanahan has to do is not be scared to call it for him, and we can get back to business.
When the Niners win, it's because of their defense and their running backs. When they lose, it's because of their quarterback. So they just have to keep winning their way. I mean, really, that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
And Trey was you literally picked up Trey to run your offense with essentially zero worrying about it, like you have been for Jimmy with the past 5 years. So I'm not worried about it.
I think the run game's going to be crazy tomorrow. I think it's going to be way better than it's been with Jimmy. It should be. I'm excited to see that.
Man.
Yeah,
I agree. And I'm excited. I'm so excited. I feel like the Baltimore Ravens fans when Lamar took over for Joe.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Hey man, this could be a really dramatic ending. He really could take this team to the Super Bowl. I mean, Jimmy didn't have to do much to take the team to the Super Bowl.
No, and listen, man. So many people are like Jimmy. He did not do that outside of that game with the New Orleans game, which technically he didn't do that good either. I mean, he put some balls spot on, but that was more yak than actual down the field ball placement. So Jimmy to me was a member of the team that went to the Super Bowl
that's all Trey has to be. That's all Trey has to be. He doesn't need to be a catalyst this year. Just be a distributor and someone who helps the run game.
Hand the ball off, make good reads, do what you did in college. Don't turn the ball over. We're good to go.
Exactly what you did in college. Play exactly how you played in college. Do that.
That's all you got to do.
All you got to do. Hey, man, great call.
Hey, man, it's always great to hear from you. Have a great year, buddy.
All right, I'll see you next week.
Yes, sir.
Hey, I got to end the show a little early today, guys. It's I got some family stuff I got to do. Sorry if I didn't get you today, but I'll have another call phone soon. Oh, wait, hold on. Dude, hold on. Hey, man, let's talk.
My guy.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
What's going on? How you been, boy?
I'm all right, man. How you doing? Where you calling from? Where you live?
I'm in DC.
Okay. All right.
I've been going at you for a minute, man.
I appreciate it, man. Quality control is quality control.
Definitely respect what you do, Grant.
I respect it too, man.
I'm gonna be really quick. I don't really accept I mean, it's easy to put a lot of things on Jimmy. Rightfully so, he is the quarterback, but I mean, I look at things from a more of an organizational approach.
Okay.
He sucks. Let's get it out there. Okay. We know this. At 8 years in, for what he gives us, he's tapped out. All right. And especially with his pedigree. I mean, Jimmy had great situations. We want to talk about Trey having a good situation.
True.
Jimmy sat behind Tom Brady.
Yep.
Okay. So as far as people trying to, petty for what Jimmy can do, he is what he is. All right. You don't
He's maxed out.
He's maxed out.
Yeah.
But from an organizational possession, we got to get something for him. We cannot just let him walk out the door.
And that explains the whole season, right?
It has to happen. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I feel like every
You can't
time
be a sunk cost. You can't just be like, well, we gave him $100 million and cut him.
Yeah, Jimmy being off the books is not a win for us.
Right. You're right. You're right.
It's not a
and that
win.
explains this whole year, and that's why they can't.
That explains this entire year. That explains.
Pump up Trey. You keep going. Yeah.
You can't. And the thing about it is I feel like we're so galvanized at, or traumatized, if you will, at our experience with Jimmy that we're just so ready to see Trey. But I'm more focused on the years that Jimmy's gone than the years that we've already spent with him. And the last thing that I want to do is, I think I said something to you before where I said that the Bears are bastard. There's a bastardization of Justin Fields' skill set just to keep these guys, just to have these guys keep a job.
Good point. Yeah. Hey, go play hero ball, run around. Don't really develop. Don't really improve.
Yeah. Like some Tim Tebow shit. Like we know we're not gonna win, but we just need to put asses in the seats.
True.
We got to get false hope.
Go run around.
Yeah.
We'll have a few highlights. We'll lose. But,
and it's like, and the irony in all of that is that Kyle ran Trey on sneaks on quarterback powers against the Cardinals, and everybody lost it.
Yeah.
Well, why are you using them this way? And I'm like, well, if you can't handle that, look at what Justin Fields has got to do.
True.
You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So if we want to see Trey used, we want to see him used in the right way. He's not a toy. He's an investment.
Thank you.
All right. And if you look at our roster, we have a very rare roster. 49ers have 4 to 5 players on their rosters that rank in the top 5 in the league. And Nick Bosa, Trent Williams, George Kittle, Fred Warner, and Deebo Samuel. A lot of teams don't. Kyle Juszczyk.
Kyle Juszczyk, yeah.
Come on. And then on top of it, just the fringe guys like Jimmy Ward. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yes.
So this team is loaded.
Yeah.
And you don't just trounce out a rookie with a team like this without bearing out what Jimmy optically can do. We inside of the cove, inside of the cave, we know what Jimmy is.
Yes. And
the rest of the rest of the world looks at us like, why are you guys always crapping on Jimmy? And I like that conversation because I'm like, you just don't know. You have no idea.
We'll experience it soon.
Exactly. I can't wait for Jimmy's new team to really get a dose. When the smile is gone and the olive oil charm is faded, all right, they're really gonna see what it's like to have this guy in the building. But for now, we got to do it the right way. We got to get something for him, all right? We gave up a haul for Trey, and a lot of that is because, let's be honest, we shit the bed. Kyle did not scout when he should have on Mahomes, on Deshaun Watson. Those are facts. But
said no to Brady.
And Brady, his punk ass let us know about it so many times. You know what I'm saying? And we missed out on Aaron Rodgers and we missed out on Stafford. Yep. So so in many ways, you can say that the move to get Trey is emblematic of the effort that we've been trying to get rid of Jimmy all of this time. We've been trying a long time to get rid of Jimmy. It's just that we really had to force the issue this time. And I feel like the front office looked at Kyle and said, okay, you want to force the issue? You really want a guy? Well, we're really going to go get a guy.
Yeah.
All right. And I believe that Kyle, he didn't want to do all of this because Kyle's personality is, I'm going to measure 10 times and cut once.
That's right. Yeah.
Right. And you can't be like that as a head coach. I think that's going to be his biggest hurdle that he needs to get over is letting go and letting the players play.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Stop micromanaging everythly.
Yes, he can't be on top of everything. I think there's a part of Trey that it scares Kyle because there's a special element to Trey where Kyle is going to have to really let go.
Exactly.
We're not going to be able to look at the field. We're not going to be able to watch the field and be like, Kyle drew that up. No, it's going to be Trey did that.
Credit for everything your quarterback does.
You can't take credit. And that's honestly, that's the irony to Kyle and Jimmy is on one hand, you want Jimmy to be more, But on another hand, you want your name to be on everything.
Yeah, you can't handle it. Like that's actually
and you can't handle it.
And that's what Lynch has said is like Kyle doesn't realize it, but Jimmy's a great quarterback for him. Because first of all, Jimmy takes his tantrums. And second of all, Kyle can take all the credit.
And deep down, Jimmy knows what he is too.
I think so. His fans are a little bit delusional though. Coach, what you got written behind you, man? I feel like you got a whole game plan behind you.
Oh yeah, that's so. Hey, chill out. That's.
Hey man, you need to call in again. That was great. Thank you.
I'm gonna give you another call, bro.
All right, appreciate you.
All right, man.
All right,
nice
Happy New
meeting
Year.
you.
For sure.
All right, bro. Happy New Year to you and yours, man.
For sure. Man, that's a great way to go out. Thank you very much, everyone. Mike, Ethan, sorry. I went 11 minutes over today. I'll get you guys next time. I will be back. Have a great day. Enjoy yourselves.